Are you ready for some surprising facts you probably didn't know about the bar girls here in Thailand? From the guys they actually like, the meaning behind some of their tattoos, and how they are much smarter than you think. Let's get into it. Starting off with, a large portion of these girls have children back home in their hometown. But the surprising fact is they had this kid around about 15 years old. I've spoken to many girls and they've been like 21 years old, and they show me a picture of their son, and their son is like 6 years old. There is even a bar here in Pattaya where the mum works there about age 36 and the daughter works there as well about age 21. Absolute crazy dynamic, but hey, this is Pattaya, I guess. Which leads me on to the second point, is many of these girls actually have Thai boyfriends back in their hometown. And many of these boyfriends don't even know that they're in this kind of line of work in the bars. I've heard instances, even on Soy 6, of the Thai boyfriend actually coming down, finding out, and then trying to drag the girl physically out of the bar to take her back home. And then there's the flip side. There is many Thai guys out there that actually understand that they're in this line of work, but they kind of brush it off because they earn quite a lot of money. Compared to if they was like back in their hometown working in a convenience store or so, the money is much, much more. So they may just turn like a blind eye to it and be like, whatever, the money's good. Now, pretty much all of these girls are a part of WhatsApp groups with bar girls and also Facebook groups. They are slightly different. The WhatsApp groups are to see what's going on in the town, local events, birthdays, and maybe some local gossip. The Facebook groups are a little bit different. So the Facebook groups, there are some which you have to be a Thai to enter, so there's no foreigners in there, and things discussed in here are such as posting someone's photo, their name, and finding a little bit more about them. So let's say someone would post your photo in there with your name and they'd put the word out there. Does anyone know this man? Is he a trustworthy man? So who knows? You might be in one of these Facebook groups. It's also used for like showing off as well. It's almost like a bat signal to say like, hands off of this guy if you ever see him. But these Facebook groups have a lot of people in, and some of these WhatsApp groups as well, and line groups, they are in all of them. So if you ever do one of these girls wrong, you'll likely end up in one of these groups, and then maybe you'll get a little bit of a reputation for yourself. This is a big one. Now, when a girl gets into the bar scene, it is very, very hard to escape. Let's face it, being a bar girl, you earn a lot more money than you would working in a convenience store or a 7-Eleven, something like that. And this is a fast-paced, addictive lifestyle. Let's face it, you're with your friends every day, you are drinking, you are seeing different guys. Sometimes you meet guys you really like, sometimes now you're dating one and then you're dating another. Even if these girls either find a boyfriend that takes them out of the bar or they get into a new business. I've seen many girls making a lot of money from the bar work, and then they open up their own like nail salon or their own like massage shop or so, and then give it some time and then they're straight back in the bars. Whether that's after a breakup or the business doesn't quite work out, the bar is going to always be there, and it's always going to be their fallback. And the problem is, a lot of these girls, they're not only supporting with the money they make from the bar their like mother and child, they're often supporting an entire family. So there's a lot of weight on their shoulders. Plus, when they go back to their hometowns, they do often get judged. Let's face it, in the small hometown village that she's from, word probably spreads very quickly, and being judged for working in the bar happens quite often. So I feel like many of these girls get kind of trapped in this kind of funnel of this fast-paced, addictive lifestyle that's good money, and everywhere you turn, there's just no real better option. Eventually, they always come back. Many of these girls actually earn quite good money from the bar work. Now, all of the kind of quiet bars on like Jomtien and some of the side streets of Soi Buakhao, maybe not so much. But it's a much more calm lifestyle than like, let's say, Tree Town or Soi 6. Many of these girls stay with lots of their friends. So there might be 4 girls staying in one apartment, and that rent is probably like 5,000 or 6,000 baht a month. So split between them, it's very cheap. They may even have someone paying for that rent for them. On nights out, they'll be sharing lady tables with their friends, which means the bottles are slightly cheaper, and then they split it with their friends, making nights out cheaper. So in terms of the outgoings for these girls, they don't really spend that much money. From the outside, many of these girls really do actually enjoy this lifestyle. It's partying with your friends constantly, it's having drinks, it's meeting handsome guys maybe every now and again, and to be honest, it is their choice to go with customers. It's almost like a wild university scene, but just with a little bit more crazy on the nightlife side. But it does come with the drawback of poor physical health and mental health. Many of these girls, when they finish their shift, they suffer from sleep deprivation, emotional numbness, trust issues, trauma from last customers, relationship instability, and a lot of them end up drinking on their days off, or like when they finish their bar shift, they'll go straight to the clubs with their friends and then continue drinking after being in the bar for 10 hours having drinks brought for them. Although a lot of them might like this lifestyle, deep down when they kind of get home and they're alone, they do suffer from a lot of, like I said, physical and mental issues. Hopefully I've saved you a penny or two with your upcoming trip to Thailand. If you feel like you've gotten value from the content that I provide, then feel free to contribute with Buy Me a Coffee. A £3 contribution goes a long way, so if you'd like to, the link is in the description or it's on my website in the pinned comment. Next, it is very, very rare for one of these girls to actually learn English back at their hometown through school or university or so. They might learn basic English, but conversational levels, like many of the girls do in the bar, they don't really learn that. They just pick it up through the customers. And that is a key telltale sign. If there is a girl, let's say she's 28 or so, and she speaks very good English, and she's like, well, you know what? I've only been working in the bar for like a month. Probably she has not been working for a month. She's been working for a lot longer than that. You could even pose her the question, okay, where did you study English? It might stump her a little bit, but she's probably going to say YouTube or something. If they know another language like French or German or so, they probably had a boyfriend from that country before. But English is picked up just from listening to customers in the bar. Even though a lot of these girls might speak good English, they may choose to actually not let on that they know that much English at all. They'll keep the conversation minimal and they'll keep making you repeat yourself to make out that they don't know what you're saying. This is especially true when you're with a group of friends because they want to observe what you're saying. They don't want to let on that they understand what you're talking about. This also lets them take control of the conversation because it gets on to what they want to talk about, especially if the conversation gets a little bit awkward. So trust me, she might just be playing dumb, just to earwig in your conversation to see what's being said. Another surprising fact that you may have seen yourself, but many of these girls have multiple social media accounts, and I'm talking maybe even 5 Instagram accounts and multiple Facebook accounts. Each one of these accounts has a different purpose, and when they follow you, they will be looking at your follower list if it's something like Instagram. So if you're there following all the Soy 6 girls, all the Soy 6 bars, they're going to see that and they're probably not going to be happy. But beware, if you get in a relationship with one of these girls, they may use a website like this. Websites like this, you put someone's Instagram name in and it shows who they've recently been following. Trust me, these girls are absolute detectives and they will analyze and observe your every move online. So if you're seeing one of these girls and then you randomly follow another girl from Soy 6 or so, they will know about it and it's time for you to do some explaining. As a side note, if you do start seeing one of these girls, you'll probably notice on their social medias, they are quite revealing when it comes to their posts. Even when they're in a relationship, they really don't mind showing a bikini photo, showing their bare ass. And just know, you cannot change their behavior. It is very, very normal in Thailand to just be kind of revealing. Go to some of the clubs and most of the girls have their asses out. Their dress sense is just completely wild. But my point here is, if you start seeing one of these girls and you try to change them, saying, I don't like that you post that, don't post this, it may work momentarily, but the minute that you get in an argument or a disagreement, that post is going up because she knows it annoys you. Now, you may already know this already, but many of these girls have sponsors that send them money each month. And there is even a tactic that I've seen, especially with the girls that haven't even met these guys yet. They will all have like a broken phone. Let's say like an iPhone 15 that's got a smash screen, and this phone might circle around a little friend group and they'll all take a picture of it and they could tell their sponsor, oh, my phone is broken, I need a new one. The next girl will take the same photo and say, my phone is broken as well, hoping that the sponsor goes and pays for a new phone. You'll notice from a lot of these girls' social media accounts that they post a lot of kind of sad and emotional stories. Guys will see this and want to comfort them. What better comfort than here's some money and go and treat yourself. So trust me, these little sad and emotional social media posts, they are there for a reason. Hopefully a little pick-me-up in the form of money. Gambling is way more common than you think with these girls. Gambling is illegal in Thailand, but they will find a way, and I've seen many girls on their phone sitting there waiting for customers, spinning slots on their phone. Whether it's 1 baht or 40 baht spins, I've even witnessed a girl doing 200 baht spins, and she literally won 25,000 baht in front of me, and then within the next hour she lost 50,000 baht. Who knows whose bank account that is linked to, but yeah, these girls do gamble a little bit. Even like in the clip here, I was at a traffic lights and even my Bolt driver was doing some spins. Considering gambling is illegal in Thailand, this is just crazy. Now, there's no sponsor to this video, so I'm going to sponsor it myself. If you're planning a trip to Thailand and you need my assistance, I do offer consultations. Whether that's finding you the right visa, your accommodation, your travel plans, where the best nights out are to go, and just an open discussion about your bespoke needs and what your budget is and how you can make the best of your Thailand trip. The link to my website is in the pinned comment, where I do also offer YouTube consultations. This channel was monetized in 2 weeks, and in my first month I had 4,000 subscribers. This was not luck. This was learning how the YouTube algorithm works, and it's something I want to teach you in the consultation. So if you want to save yourself months, if not years of trial and error, then book with me on my website, and that's it. No more sponsored stuff. Many of these girls might not even be drinking alcohol. It's more common than you think that if you buy a rack of drinks for a girl, sometimes they may be water, claiming to be tequila. You are within your rights to take one of them shots and have a little sniff and see if it is actually alcohol. I've even had it personally where I bought a rack of 5 shots, and yeah, when the kind of shots landed on the table, I was like, that looks like the consistency of water. When I went to go smell it, she was like, oh no, and she immediately kind of recalled the shots and went to the bar and got some proper ones. Now, it's a weird dynamic because yes, you are buying them a lady drink, and lady drink is meant to be alcohol, but are you paying to get them drunk? It's like a very weird dynamic when you think about it. The only difference is when a girl's a little bit tipsy, had a little bit to drink, she opens up a little bit more. She's more relaxed and her guard is down. This can result in more of like a fun night. So just remember, sometimes a lady drink doesn't often always mean alcohol. There are some strict rules at the bar that you may not know about. If a girl is late, they may be fined. On Soi 6, if a girl takes off her high heels, some bars have a policy where they will be fined, which I think is a bit cruel. 10 hours wearing heels, that's a bit much. If some girls are not being as interactive to customers, and if they've been prodded by the mama son to be like, come on, you need to kind of get a move on, start speaking to people, and they don't, they will be fined for that. These bars will have a drink quota to meet, so if they have a 10-day contract, they might have to hit like 80 or 100 or even 150 drinks or so to get a big bonus. This is why you'll see some girls just sitting there absolutely bored because they might be on day 9 of their 10-day contract and they've only got 30 drinks or so. They might just think in their head, whatever, I'll be here for one more day and then I'll kind of try again in the next 10 days. These girls also have like a girl code, so if there is a regular customer that always goes with a certain girl, all of these girls know not to touch that customer. Even if that girl is not working and that customer comes in, all of the girls will kind of be a bit like, oh, okay, I don't really want to go with this guy, because they just don't want the drama. Some of them literally just don't care, but that's very few. Many bars have a policy where girls cannot bar fine themselves. They have to bar fine from a customer. And as a side note, this is why you'll see some girls coming in and supporting their friends that are working, and they're buying their friend like 10 or 20 drinks or so, because 1, they're helping them meet their drink quota for the contract, whatever they're on, and 2, the girl can help them out and bar fine them. I've had one instance where I was in a go-go on Walking Street, and the girl was just really bored. She said, can you bar fine me? I'll go outside to the ATM and I'll give you the money back and we'll go partying. I was like, okay, fine by me. And off we go into Republic. That was a good night. Now, you may already be aware of this, but you are being judged the second you step into the bar. You're being judged on your dress sense, the watch you're wearing, your smell, your attitude to the girls, your liveliness, and how drunk you are. And we all know they'll probe you with the typical questions such as, how long are you here for? Is it your first time in Thailand? They're trying to work out whether you know the tricks of the trade or not. These girls at every moment are going through almost like a checklist in their head. If, let's say, you're a little bit too drunk, a little bit too touchy-feely, suddenly they might not do bar fine that night. They'll also assess where you're going later on that night, whether you're going to the clubs, whether you're going to go-go's, even more bars. So just remember, every minute that you spend with these girls, they're trying to suss you out to work out what you're actually after. These girls are much smarter than you think. These girls know where you're going, who you're going with and what you're up to. They are amazing detectives, and they have a network of friends that are scattered all over the city. Remember when I said earlier about the WhatsApp groups and the Line groups as such? If they want to find out where you are, they could put the word out if they want. They're also smarter than you think when it comes to extracting the most amount of drinks from you. Even if you know all of the tricks of the trade, there is certain things they can do, and they can pull at your heartstrings at a moment's notice, and suddenly you've brought another drink and you thought, why did I do that? These girls are very smart. A surprising fact is many of these girls get recruited into the bars by the other girls when they travel back home to their hometown. So in low season as such, the girls might go back to their home in Isan, and then they may recruit some of the girls there to come and work in the bar. You might think, why do they do this? Well, the girl that recruits may get paid by the bar a little bit of commission for actually getting that girl involved in the scene. So if a girl goes back to Isan and then brings a girl back to the bar, that girl will get money for that. Often quite a bit if the girl actually stays on and works at the bar for quite a while. Many of them come here when they just turned 18 or 19. So as soon as they can, they get straight into the bar business. Now, if you've been here to Thailand before and been with some of the girls, you might have noticed that many of them love to be looked after, especially when they're drunk. Now, what I mean by this is a lot of them put on way more of an act and act more drunk than they actually are. I personally witnessed this one time. I was in Walking Street, I was with a girl and she was with her friend, and they were both acting far more drunk than they actually were, stumbling all over and then falling over. And as soon as you try to pick them up and put their arm around you, they go completely limp, as if like, oh, you have to carry me now. And I remember I just left them alone and I walked off, and then 2 seconds later, she's standing up and saying, where are you going? They put on this act because they love to be looked after and they love the attention. So trust me, if she's acting way more drunk than you think she is, she probably is. Another surprising fact you may notice is many of these girls have tattoos, but a lot of these tattoos actually mean something, and they are very spiritual. It isn't just fashion. Take the red tattoos, for example. Some girls have specific red tattoos, and this symbolizes force, protection, and rebirth. And in old traditions, the tattoo artist would mix in a drop of the girl's blood into the ink to bind the tattoo to her spirit. It just sounds crazy to me. I don't think they do that nowadays, but who knows? Then you've got the very common spider tattoo you'll see on either girls' hips or on their shoulders. Almost looks like a black widow. And it's a symbolization of survival. It's a way of saying, I've survived things you'll never see and I'm still standing. And it does have kind of a symbolization of good luck, like many things in Thailand. Now here's one they will lie to you about constantly, which is they don't like Thai guys. That is absolutely incorrect. Like I said before, they have children back at their hometowns with their potential Thai boyfriend that they have. But here's a funny fact that I've learned not too long ago, speaking to go-go owners on Walking Street. There's a funny dynamic because guys go to these go-go's, they spend money on these girls, and these girls, once they finish their shift, these girls go in groups to the Thai guy go-go's. You guys won't know where these are, but there are go-go's which are full of guys dancing on the stage. And these girls will throw money at these guys, very good looking Thai guys. And it's just such a funny dynamic because the tourists come here, spend money on the girls, and then the girls take that money and spend the money on the Thai guys. So she does like Thai guys, not just Falang. Now, if you want to go out and see some of the best girls in Pattaya, but you don't really know where to go. Let's face it, everyone has their own preference of what is a good night out. So I made a video of the best night out in Thailand you can, based on 4 personality types with 4 itineraries. If you're coming to Pattaya and you want to have the best night out you possibly can, one of these 4 itineraries will match your personality. So click here, get a pen and paper, start noting down some places to visit.